Exactly. You a old young nigga.
Exactly.
So where do you guys want to go with this? We only have 2 more crazy.
I want to talk about Bill Cosby because I want to talk about that text you sent me that I didn't even know what you were trying to say.
I don't know what I was trying to say either. Just to be fair with you, boy.
All right. Do you know about what happened with Cosby?
I know that they put it in the hands of the jury.
He actually he was found guilty on 3 counts.
And they're trying to give him 10 years per count.
The sentence is between 5 and 10. He's 80, so I don't think he'll live to 110.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I highly doubt it too. But,
especially in prison conditions.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be able to fight that though, because that's why OJ is out on parole. He told the judge, he's like, listen, I'm like 76 years old. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I
don't know, man. He can still do something.
That's the point that I was saying. That's something I mentioned. Angel. I was like, he's 80 and blind, pretty much. So it's like, what is an 80-year-old blind man? You're gonna try to slip a roofie into your drink and just throw it on your foot?
Just keep all medications away from him.
Exactly.
Give him Pepto-Bismol.
Give him nothing but little Smarties, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Give him some anti-seltzer tablets. So it's like yeah, exactly.
All right, but yeah, Melvin and I, we were talking about Cosby because how did it start? I don't even remember how it started.
Because I was just like, man, I think I just mentioned like something we got to talk about on the.
Oh, because I sent you this picture. Cosby was found guilty
after like 15 minutes after I got the notification.
Oh, you got it too?
Yeah, from the news like app one or whatever.
Okay, so because we were talking about we talk about Waffle House or like Cosby.
I sent Angel some crazy message that was really all over the place that I have no idea. That I'll
kind of read it.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I sent him, if the allegations are true and at least this one has been proven with beyond a reasonable doubt, and throw him in jail. Fuck it. If he dies, whatever. Let God or Allah, Buddha, whoever the fuck judge him. And this guy goes, it's crazy because this won't change anything. I read he was facing up to 10 years per charge if he was convicted. It's good and justice is finally upheld, but that's not even what I want to focus on. Let's focus on the fact that for the last 5 years, his name was tarnished significantly. Cosby isn't a good example because he was guilty, but think about Mr. Simmons. He was found innocent, blah, 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 whatever. So then that made no sense to me because I even said it right away. Like, are you saying like his reputation was more important?
No. So now that I'm a bit more, now that you've reread it, I can give. So that's not. I wasn't necessarily disagreeing with Angel on the fact that he does. I 100%. He did the crime. You do the crime. You do the crime. You do the time. Yeah. Simple as that. Like I agree with that 100%.
He kind of did it like 70 times.
Even if there was 80 women, it was Dave Chappelle did it best. Out of 80 women, he did it at least 36 times.
At least
36 times, which is still crazy. Which is still 35 too many. But what's it called? Basically, the point that I was trying to make is and this is something that I've been seeing a lot too. I can really argue this because so I have some screenshots of just random things that I was seeing on Facebook that people were making that was basically giving me a good mindset or a better understanding on how I could play devil's advocate on this topic. You know what I mean? And so yeah, for one, I did see a couple things talking about what's it called? Him being framed. Because I mentioned that too.
Oh yeah, I wanted to. Okay.
Several people have mentioned that every time that because Bill Cosby has tried to buy NBC several times, and every time he's tried to buy it, there's been some type of mention of some sort of negative allegation. Yeah, there's been some sort of crazy thing like every time Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC, 17 more women that he supposedly raped came up. You know what I mean? So it's just like. People were like, I just thought that was funny, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't, Because it wasn't, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, some random call.
Alright, so Jay West, what do you think, bro? Do you think he should, he was found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you think he should go to prison or what? What do you think about this whole fucking Cosby shit?
Real quick side note, has this dude been here the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, I just know.
Yeah, the guy was a lot closer before.
He's been listening to the podcast. It's okay. We're some kind of entertainment, right, bro?
But no, so
yes, there's now. What's up?
I think it's so distracting. So I think that he should serve some time because I mean, he did it, you know, but 30 years. I mean, he's not gonna live to get out.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, but that's just a weird justice system in general. Like, you know, like they'll give somebody 2 consecutive life sentences. Like, what's the purpose in that?
To be dramatic about it.
Exactly, like
5 life sentences.
Yeah.
Like, so what's the purpose?
Stupid.
Oh man, the guy just came in and kind of maybe might have fucked up the lighting, but it is what it is. He just stood on my windowsill. I'm offended. He's still doing it, but it's oh, that'd be crazy, bro. Hell yeah, you're right. When the screen comes up, go ahead. But back to the topic at hand. Sorry, we got distracted by this guy that's standing 3 feet from us.
The point that I was trying to make with Melvin was like, let's say even half of the allegations were true. Yeah.
Yes.
See,
and that's still heinous. And then he was trying to make the point, or I was trying to make the point. And I was like, yeah, he did donate like $25 million to HBCUs throughout his life. And I was thinking, like, do you think he was doing that to try to atone for all the bullshit that he did, knowing essentially he would never really get caught?
I don't think so.
You think he did it out of the kindness of his heart after raping a bunch of bitches?
Yes, because it wasn't like he was just raping like white bitches. Like he was raping bitches from all over the spectrum.
Yeah, he's an equal opportunity rapist.
Exactly, equal opportunity. That's fucked up, an equal opportunity rapist. But yeah,
I could get it from this fucking.
Yeah, anybody could get roofied, but I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it was like he was just trying to do all this. I legitimately think that, you know, because what do you know about Bill Cosby? What do you consider Bill Cosby other than now he's been, you know, this was the rapist and all that? It was like he was like everybody's dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, like that's what he portrayed himself as in the Cosby Show. So it's like one of those things where he has a caring nature. I feel personally. You know what I mean?
Do you remember? My bad. Eddie Murphy Raw.
Of course, that's the thing.
When he got that call.
Yeah, he used to do that to all the comics. Like he used to tell all the comics that you guys are cursing. Like comedy should be clean.
He tried to be everybody's fucking police.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? He really tried to police comedy, and it was just like, and he was really like he was one of the many fathers of comedy. You know what I mean? Like he legit tried to be a father and tell people what they could and couldn't say. Like you shouldn't be swearing excessively, because you know he curses some. Like I know
hell.
You know there's one he said asshole in one of his comedy specials. There's one where he said, "What if the guy's an asshole?" And I think that was literally the only like swear that he said in that entire special. And what's it called? Man, we got ugly ass hands. But I'm sorry, this guy is literally like face to face with us, and he is like
he's eye to eye with us.
Yeah, like and like I'm gonna have to close the window because he's gonna keep talking and that's gonna fuck us up.
Fuck. He's trying to be on the podcast, bro.
Nah, man, we can still hear him and the window was closed, so we gotta do a special podcast. Yeah, but I don't know. I've been seeing, but I think something that's really important that we need to acknowledge is I saw it was on Facebook. It was somebody's status, but it still made a good point. It was like we can convict Bill Cosby on with allegations that are 30 years old, but we can't convict a cop who did something on camera.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, that's something
different. Like we're comparing something different.
The crime is different, but it's the fact we're talking about the justice system specifically
is fucked up.
Somebody's been affected in both situations.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like if all I mean, yes, of course I feel like Bill Cosby mainly was convicted because of the number. You know what I mean? Because it's like at 75, you had to do it at least once, and once is enough. You know what I mean? Like that's why he got convicted on 3 of the charges. So it's like even though it was like 85 or 75, however many women it was. You know what I mean? So, but
he's essentially getting life.
Yeah,
in prison.
Exactly.
I mean, the justice system in America is really screwed up. Like,
absolutely.
I saw a post the other day. Somebody said Meek Mill served more time in jail than the police who killed Mike Brown, Laquan McDonald, the kid who did that church shooting, like all these really bad crimes collectively. Yeah. Meek Mill served more time than all those guys.
Because he was fucking
Because he broke probation.
Yeah.
I agree. And
on a charge from 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and that's what I think that's why I think people are upset about it, because like I said, I've been seeing people like talk about like free Bill. I don't think people are those people who are saying that don't think he didn't do it. I think they're just upset with the justice system as a whole, which is why they're bothered by, which is why they're like, what the fuck? Like, why is this an issue? Like, this is an issue because of all these other people that get off, you know what I mean? Like, and that's something that I posed to Angel, because I said I was going to play devil's advocate and try to argue against him. And I was just like, wouldn't you think that a wealthy black man trying to help several people regardless of what he's done in the past is because what's called a wealthy black man with power and influence, because he is Bill Cosby, trying to basically compromise the system that has been established by wealthy white men. You know what I mean? I basically asked Angel, like, wouldn't that be like problematic for them, and wouldn't that be, just to joke around, like, oh, that nigga was framed. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he did not do this. I'm just saying, like,
somebody was out to get him anyways.
Exactly. I got something that I saw that was really interesting. I think it was the light skinned Aunt Viv who said that was Felicia Rashad. It was
light skinned Aunt Viv. That's funny as fuck.
That's how you refer to her.
I mean, my only thing about saying that and trying to make that point is that at some point, these rich motherfuckers, wealthy motherfuckers, stop giving a fuck.
I don't think so. I don't think
they'll always just they'll hate you regardless whether how much money you got.
I think so, 100%. I don't think that these people just like get paid enough and then eventually just stop caring. I don't think that happens at all.
Because I think at some point the money is just more important than your racism.
I don't think so. I think the money and the racism go hand in hand, honestly. Like, I feel like the money becomes a way of escalating the racism, because it's like now that I'm worth $500 million, you know what I mean? I can definitely go about pushing the white agenda.
Oh no, bro, I'm talking about billions.
Exactly. So you're talking about people with even more money.
Yeah.
It's just like now I can go about pushing the white agenda.
I think Jeff Bezos is full of shit. My personal opinion.
Who? I don't know.
Jeff Bezos. Nasty rich, man.
The guy that owns Amazon.
Oh yeah.
$5.9 billion net worth.
Goddamn. Bowls.
Wait, how much?
Like $5.9 billion.
I think he's worth like $100 billion.
He's one of the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm about to say this.
Thanks.
Yeah. Now we're definitely gonna we gotta all just speak up at this point. So sorry about that, guys. Like the guy just started
into the wall.
Yeah.
Feel it on the floor.
Exactly. So there's nothing we can do to stop those people, like, unless we cut their strings. That's kind of it. So we're just gonna have to speak up.
Oh, bro, you just waved at me.
Nice.
He was listening, bro. I'm telling you.
But yeah, what is it? What did Felicity Rashad say? She said, "Forget these women." She said. Forget these women, she said. What you're seeing is the destruction of a legacy, and I think it's orchestrated. I don't know why or who's doing it, but it is a legacy that they're after, and it's a legacy that is so important to the culture. And I agree. The legacy, Bill Cosby's legacy. I'm not saying he did not do what he did, but the legacy is important to the culture. Like all of it, he's done for comedy as a whole and the black community. Because what was it? Wasn't he the? Yeah, you know what I mean. He brought, with the Cosby Show, it was a wealthy black family. You know what I mean?
Representing.
You know what I mean? What's it called? When up until that, up before that, all it was like middle, like what the Jeffersons was like a middle class family, and but was it
Huxtable was a doctor, right?
Yeah, he was a doctor. His wife was a lawyer.
Yeah.
And what's it called? And what was it? Good Times. Good Times was a show about poor Chicago people that lived in the Chicago project. So it was like he brought. And then like I said, for a long time he's had that stigma. He's the nation's father. You know what I mean? Like he's everybody's dad. Like,
I'm waiting for you to be done because I got a good point.
Well, go ahead, make it. And I
said, fuck all that.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if that shit happened to my sister,
you gotta yell, bro.
Because if that shit happened to my sister, like on my soul, I swear I would spend the rest of my life in prison for what I would do. Like on my mama, if that shit happened to her, if that shit happened to somebody I cared about. I say fuck that, man. Fuck that legacy. Because obviously he did it at least once. And it came out that he's been doing it for like 35 years. So I say fuck him, fuck his legacy, fuck the show, fuck everything.
Fair enough.
Because this is like something I'm passionate about because, I have women in my life that I care about. That oh my God, if anything happened to them, well then shit, I'm calling everybody. And we're all going to handle this.
Fair enough.
Like, fuck the justice system, too. Like, they can handle me afterwards. That's just how I feel about it. I
don't necessarily disagree, but I disagree still at the same time. Like, because, what was it? Like I said, we know he did this shit. but
at least once,
at least 3 times, because
okay, statistically, yeah, because if he did it one time a long time ago and got away with it,
because everybody's doing shit like that.
Oh, back in the 70s, 60s.
Yeah, that probably wasn't like too unfamiliar, but he what's it called? I all I can say is I can see where you're coming from, Angel, and
which is a perspective, but I'm not saying I have the perfect perspective.
You have a great perspective, but
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
As they drilled into the side of the building,
exactly, as they drilled into the side of the building slowly and disrupt us. Jay, what you got? Anything else you want to say about it, or you want to just move on to the next topic?
I just kind of piggyback off what he said. It's not like. If something happened to one of my family members like that, and they're like, oh, well, the guy who killed your family member, he's done really good things, so we're going to let him off the hook. I'd be really mad about that. Yeah, it's great that you did those good things, but you also did bad things.
I agree.
And then that'll also, if everybody gets off the hook because of good things they've done, it'll water down the good things that people do in the future, because eventually people will quit doing good things out of heart and do it in case they do something bad in the future.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
That is definitely a great point.
I'm gonna pay this kid's tuition just in case I accidentally kill somebody in 10 years.
Damn, that's
planning for the future.
That's some real premeditated shit. I'm just waiting for this guy to make me mad so I can stab him.
But I paid homie's tuition though.
Yeah, but I paid I donated $3.5 million to the school. So I'm gonna leave it. I have one more thing, and I'm just gonna leave it with, and then we can go to the next topic. So I saw this thing. I saw this Facebook status that somebody shared. It was some guy. If y'all gonna lock Bill Cosby up at the age of 80, y'all need to put Carolyn Bryant Donham, aged 83, in jail for accessory to murder for having Emmett Till killed and confessing in 2017.
Absolutely.
Well, she died.
Did she?
She admitted to it on her deathbed.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I remember that.
She did it, and 20 minutes later, she died.
Yeah, that was the.
What a bitch.
Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that, though. So.